everyone. This is Stan reporting to you again from DrupalCon 2012. I'm a developer with JBS International. I'm standing here with Ryan Szrama. And Ryan, tell everyone what you do.
Okay, I'm the VP of Community Development at Commerce Guys. And my main day-to-day role is developing the software and the community around Drupal Commerce. So it's sort of the premier e-commerce module set for Drupal 7 that turns Drupal into an entire e-commerce framework, really powering any kind of e-commerce website.
So it's a great product. We've used it to build the website for the National Institutes on Drug Abuse, and we're going to be doing a commerce site for National Institutes on Aging, as well as the Administration for Children and Families. So it's big federal work. So first of all, thank you.
Hey, well, honestly, like that's really near and dear to my heart. I actually would volunteer. I just moved, but when I was in Louisville for the last several years, I volunteered at a rehab center, helping men overcome drug and alcohol addiction. So it's really cool to me to see my two worlds collide. So
well,
free
awesome.
time and professional life, like I really appreciate it. So it's really cool to hear about.
Okay, so the first question I have is probably you get this question a lot. Why the heck do we have a separation between products and product nodes?
Yeah. So the background here for Stan is that in Drupal Commerce we separated out the definition of a product from how a product is displayed. So this is great for sites that, for example, don't ever need to display a product page at all. So you think about like a conference registration or a donation or something else where it's a sort of non-tangible product. You're not necessarily even buying something so much as giving money to gain access to something or whatever else. So the idea was that we can solve that use case by not forcing this paradigm of every product must be displayed on a page. But at the same time, we can embed in the product page this display node all of the fields and data from the product that we want through Drupal's field system. So really we're separated to solve the data problem for sites where that model isn't necessary, but also it solves issues around multilingual sites in Drupal where you might end up with multiple nodes per language or currency or whatever. So it sort of solves that issue, which may not be as big of an issue in Drupal 7, but it's really critical, or really crippling some of our Drupal 6 installs.
So what would you have to say to federal agencies who might be considering using Drupal Commerce as a solution for distributing their free publications?
Oh, well, for distributing free publications, it's great because payment, for example, is not required. One of the things that we did in building this e-commerce framework was making sure that just about every bit of the business logic is configurable, nothing hard-coded. So we don't make the assumption, for example, that every order must require payment. You can build your rules to strip out payment for free products, or you can just not have payment enabled at all if you don't need it. But what's great about it is that you still have this engine for capturing contact information. And not only at the point of checkout when they actually go to download the file, but even from the very beginning when they first sort of express their interest by adding this file or white paper or publication to their shopping cart, even if they're not buying something.
Could you speak to the importance of the Drupal community?
Oh, yeah.
Especially in regards to Drupal Commerce?
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't know if it's necessarily ingrained in the PHP world in general. Maybe other worlds do have their sort of like community feels, but the Drupal community is really special because like every major plugin, for example, to the Drupal CMS is all open source. It's all free. It's all freely available, and so you have this intense collaboration around what you're doing. That there isn't a silo where one company is developing this plugin and another company is developing this one. And people aren't collaborating. Here, everybody's collaborating. So every Drupal Commerce project that gets launched benefits the next Drupal Commerce project because you have more modules being released on Drupal.org.
We are preparing to sponsor Tim Rohley, who is the maintainer of the FedEx module for UberCart, to bring it over to Commerce because we need it.
Wonderful, yeah.
And so
I've been trying to get him to do that for years, so that's great. I'd love to hear it. Yeah.
So what would you say to, or I guess let me ask you another question. What is what other sponsorship opportunities do you think are out there for companies like mine? We're about 600 of us, and we have a little bit of capital behind us.
Yeah.
What other immediate needs are there for like porting from UberCart over to Commerce?
Yeah.
What could you speak to that a little bit?
Wow. Well, I mean, honestly, like you couldn't have. I had no clue before we got on the camera that you were actually doing this. And TR was one of our biggest contributors to UberCard. He's still maintaining it for Drupal 6 and 7. And his FedEx module has just been like waiting for it to come over. There's been a lot of demand. And so to hear that this is actually happening is going to make a ton of people happy, not the least of whom is me. And there are other modules that still need to be polished. So for example, like Tim has a great FedEx integration, but then you're going to find that the UPS and USPS integrations may not be as complete. And so businesses that want to push those to completion could pay someone like Tim to go and reproduce the work that he's done and contribute it back upstream to these other module developers. Because again, it's all about like collaborating around these sort of utility modules. Nobody's going to get rich off of owning the FedEx module. That's nobody's business model. Sure. So there's no detriment to people contributing back and collaborating around these utility pieces. So in addition to shipping services, which actually coming to Drupal Commerce will have a lot more flexibility, a lot more granularity in terms of which shipping services are available for which order, because we run all of it through rules, including like individual shipping service options. So it's really exciting to hear that he's bringing that over. But yeah, you have shipping services, different, more carriers. Freight, for example, hasn't been done at all. I don't think the UPS module right now supports UPS freight. So freight stuff for shippers of large goods. There's payment gateways that still need to be developed. I own, for example, Authorize.net, CyberSource, and PayPal. But among those modules, we still need to see additional services like PayPal Express Checkout and PayFlow Pro being developed and being completed and pushed out. And so you don't even have to make it just like a pro bono sponsorship so much as bringing your client to the table and saying, look, with just a week of development, we can pay this team or this guy, this freelancer, to get this done for you and for everybody else. Hey, we can even slap your name on the project page as the sponsor of this work, and it really gets you a lot of community goodwill. I mean, free marketing.
Is there any centralized place for companies like mine to find these type of developers?
Yeah, there's no centralized place as of yet. We do have DrupalCommerce.org. It's our community website, and thus far it's mostly been a support forum and a wiki for documentation. We're actually, Commerce Guys just received $5 million in funding, which is really good. And one of our first priorities, I mentioned in my session today, was that we're going to revamp DrupalCommerce.org to make it much more accessible to newcomers. We're going to, roll out better documentation, case studies, tutorials, and to make it a more friendly place for people to come and actually develop community around Drupal Commerce. And so it's entirely within the realm of possibility that a section of this website could be devoted to, bringing freelancers or people with interest or intern level people to larger dev shops and larger integrators and the like. So I don't know how to make that work because I haven't built a sort of like job marketplace before, but I'd definitely be up for trying. And if you wanted to help me make it happen, I'd definitely be up for trying.
Okay. Well, thanks a lot, Ryan.
Thank you, Stan.
And thanks a lot for watching. And we'll just keep on coming back for more videos from DrupalCon 2012.